honored but humbled that we would have been recognized for what we did over those 2 years of the pandemic. It's a great feeling to know that your work is recognized and valued.
What does it mean for ISSA to be the one to really set the tone in the pandemic?
Right, so for us, it wasn't really about setting the tone or anything like that. We just felt that we had a responsibility to our membership in terms of the reason we were elected. We felt that as principals as well, we needed to find a way to ensure that our students were engaged. We value the input that sports has on our students' socialization, and we felt that the longer we kept them away from involvement in sports, the more difficult it would be for us as schools to get them reintegrated into face-to-face class when the time came.
Now, there were some challenges in getting sports back to where it was, especially when it regards getting the protocols approved by the government, but ISSA persisted. Talk to me about that process and the time it took.
Well, I think that everyone wanted to see ISSA sports return, and I think that the various government agencies that we had to work with, they were very supportive. Yes, it took time because we wanted to ensure that whatever we were doing would be safe, and it would provide example for other entities to follow. So it was a tedious process, but I think it was done in the interest of the entire Jamaica, and I must commend the different agencies that supported us. The Ministry of Sports through these different agencies, the Ministry of Local Government, including ODBEM. I think that we really work well together to get sports back on the main field.
Now you think about the biggest sporting associations in Jamaica, and ISSA is right there with them. ISSA has been around for a very long time, but what is the future for ISSA with you as the president?
Well, certainly we would want to see continued growth. We want to ensure that we are always in a position to provide opportunities for our children to participate and to develop their skills. But obviously, one of the things that I will have to focus on is getting the necessary resources that can make this happen. So we would want the financial support. We have to continue to look for sponsorship for all our competitions. We also want to have physical resources in terms of playing facilities that we can better manage and have our students playing in top class or first class facilities that we own. I think those are our main objectives right now.
And how does ISSA feel about the growth of sports in Jamaica right now? We see some sterling performances by athletes, even Tina Clayton last night going below 11 seconds. How proud does it make ISSA to see that sports have come back and the athletes are performing as though there was no pandemic at all?
We're extremely proud that we seem to be getting back to normal, and not only getting back to normal, but if you look at the performances, in particular track and field, at football, I watched an under-14 football game yesterday between JC and Woolmans, and when you look at the quality, I think that we are really lucky that we are going to be returning to sports, and we would not have lost as much as, for example, the students would have lost academically.